Hello dear friends, I am Asmita. Today we are again continuing with our My Favorite Game series. In this video, I want to show you one of my favorite games played between Robert James Fisher versus Milan Matulovic. So Fisher was white and Matulovic was black. And the game was played in the Herceg-Novi Blitz tournament. Fisher had his own mastery in King's Indian attack and also in reloopers. And he always played down there is e4, and let's say like if he plays there is his opponent if plays down there is c5, then or even e6, the French defense or the Sicilian immediately goes for knight f3 and then the King's Indian attack. But in the game, his opponent went for e5. Fisher goes for knight f3, knight c6, and here comes bishop b5. The relope. And in this position, Matulovic goes for f5. This is Matulovic's specialty, the same as his gambit in the Sicilian defense. In Blitz games, there are no problems for white because of the black king's weaknesses. So Fisher knew this variation very well, and just because of that, he was surprised at Matulovic's choice. But still, he knew that what was Matulovic's choice. But it was a Blitz game; anything can happen. Knight c3. And you should never capture the pawn on f5. It gives black an advantage. According to the computer, he doesn't show us like that. But knight c3 was played in the game, and that's the main line. Always against gambits, go according to the theory. Okay, f into e4 was played in the game, and now knight into e4. And Fisher, he's not scared of the move that is d5. And here comes an excellent choice of Fisher, that is knight into e5. Oh, you're giving up your knight on e4. Then, but after knight into c6, b into c6, bishop into c6, check, bishop d7, bishop into 8, queen into 8. But in this position, now black has the compensation of 2 minor pieces for a rook. But that doesn't matter. After queen h5 check, then let's say like if g6, then queen e8 check, king d8, then queen into check, your rook is lost. So that's why black cannot capture it, and the move that is f5 is actually known as the Janisch Gambit. However, here after d5, knight into e5 was actually played in the game, d into e5, knight into c6. And now Matulovic didn't capture the knight and c6 as I showed the variation before, and just because of that he couldn't play it. So that's why Matulovic went for queen g5, attacking the bishop on b5 and also the pawn on g2. So now here comes the queen e2. The queen on e2 is attacking the pawn on e4 and also defending the bishop on g5, b5 at the same time. Knight f6, defending the isolated and the weak pawn on e4, and now here comes f4. Fisher is sacrificing a pawn in order to stay ahead in development and also attack. And also another thing is that he wants to break the center, as black's king is in the center. He has not castled yet. But the question lies behind is that the white's king is also in center. But there is a difference. Black's king is much than the white king. Now we will check out why it's so, as Fisher shows us in this game. So queen into f4 was played in the game, and you cannot give away a queen. Your queen on f4, on g5 was under attack back then before. d4, developing his own pieces with a tempo. That's nice. So queen g4 check, and now g3 is playable. And after queen s3, so there is the same game in the database that there is a game that is played between Georgiev versus Marek. Georgiev was white in this position, and he played down the listener into a7 check with a discover attack. We will later on just check out that game. But just for this video, we will today see this excellent game by Fischer. I think Fischer's choice in this position was more accurate, that is bishop g5. So now in this position, Matulovic is forced to play, that is h6. You must just shoo away the bishop from b5, or else that bishop is troubling on b5. As I said before, knight into a7 was a threat. So bishop a4, and now here comes Matulovic's and very good move, that is bishop d7. Now the knight on c6 is no longer giving any kind of discovered checks, and the knight on c6 is now pinned by the bishop on d6. So bishop into f6 was played in the game. The idea of bishop g5 was to play bishop into f6, because after g into f6, now here comes queen into e4 check. The pawn on e4 is lost, as it's an isolated pawn. And now here comes Matulovic plays that is king f7. He's forced to play that, and there's none other kind of move in this position. So white has an advantage in this position, and here comes an excellent move by Fischer in this position. So I would like to request you find the excellent move by Fischer played in the game. So congratulations to those who got the excellent move by Fischer. There is knight e5 check, putting a discovered check on the king, as the bishop on d7 itself hanging after king f7. But the queen on h3 is also defending the bishop, right? So let's check out what happens after f into e4. And obviously rook f1 check. Excuse me. So in the game, king e7 was played. Black has many problems in this position. Let's select king g8. And now here comes an excellent move, that is bishop b3 check. Let's select a bishop e6, and now you can play the move, that is queen h4. Alright, another possible line is that to play rook f6. If rook e8, then bishop b3 check. If bishop e6, then you can play the move, that is d5, or even bishop d6 is a direct winning move. After rook into e6, and here comes queen d5. It's a pin on the rook on e6. So that's why that was a better one. And let's check out the line, that is king g7. And now it's mating 6. After queen into e5 check, king g8, bishop b3 check, bishop e6, bishop into e6 check, queen into e6, and queen into e6 check, king g7, rook f7 check, king g8, and now after rook e7, it's a checkmate. So there are more other possibilities for black. Let's say again, king e8 is a possible one, but still white is winning after queen into e5 check. Now there is a double attack on your king on e8, and also the rook on h8. So that's why any other kind of move that is king e6, but still it's a one move checkmate after queen into e5. So king e7 is the only position, is the only move left in this position. You cannot play bishop f5, you are giving up your bishop. So king e7 was played in the game, and this is the only move in the game which keeps the game equal. And now some of you might think the move that is queen into e5 check. Now there is a double attack on the king and on the rook on h8, but that didn't happen in the game. But after queen into e5, queen e6 is coming, and your queen on e5 is pinned, and the queen are getting traded. So Fischer didn't like to trade off his queen so early. So that's why instead of going queen into e5, he went for bishop into d7. King into d7, and now rook f7 check. Fischer somehow just magnetizing his pieces and just bringing out the king. The king is like a metal, and Fischer's pieces are like magnet. Fischer is pulling out the king out of the original square, that is 8, to his own territory. So in this position, Matovovic played a mistake, that is king e8. Instead, better and the excellent move in this position, that is bishop e7. There are good chances for black, and don't think that white has no chances in this position. Even white has chances, but the position is although equal. And now white can go for queen side castling and then threat the move, that is d into e5. So however, in the game king e8 was played, and now in this position, obviously Fischer went rook into c7 as the pawn on c7 was hanging, and after rook into c7, Matulovic goes for bishop d6. Nice idea. Attacking the rook on c7 and also defending the pawn on e5 at once. But what about the pawn on b7? That's hanging. So Fischer went for rook into b7, and now Matulovic goes for rook c8. An obvious move in this position is that to castle. Your pawn on c2 is protected by the queen on e4, but your queen can no longer stay on e4. She must go for attack. Let's say like queen d5, queen threatening queen d6, queen into d6. So that's why Fischer castled queen side, and also his rook on d8 is now in an active position. So Matulovic goes for queen into x4, and here's a great too big blunder by Matulovic. So instead better was let's say like rook f8, and then black can go for any counter play, let's say like rook f2, and also at counter attacking the pawn on c2. So after rook f8, let's select d into e5, and now bishop e7. And till now everything is fine. There is nothing, still not such blunders by black. But queen into h2 is a blunder. So in this position, after d into e4, d into e5 is the obvious move, bishop e7. And in this position, I would like to request you find an excellent move in this position, which Fischer found it, and black has no hope after the move. As a matter of fact, he had 3 minutes in his clock after the move, that is rook into e7 check. And congratulations to those who got this move, that is rook into e7 check. And after rook into e7 check, it is 7 move checkmate. So king into e7, queen b7 check, king e6, queen d7 check, king into e5, queen d5 check, king f6. Doesn't matter if the king goes inside. After rook f1 check, the king is forced to go on g6. The king cannot go on g7 after rook f7 check, and there is nothing to do. As you know, after king g6, queen f5 check is ready to play king h6, and now rook f6 check, king g7, queen g5, and it's a checkmate. So after king g6, queen f5 check, king h6, queen e6 check, king h5, rook f5 check, king g4, and obviously here comes there is queen e4 check will take me another longer move, so rook f4 check, obviously one, and king into g3. After here comes queen g4, and it's a checkmate. Excellent game by Fisher. I hope so you liked this game and also learned from this game how to play against the Danish Gambit. Thank you, and as usual, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon below the video. Thank you and have a nice day.